'95, you found yourself in Cairo, Georgia. Can you tell me the name of the complex that you were at?
Yeah, it was called Georgia Practice Facility, which is a training camp.
Now, there's a lot of attention around this place now.
Cairo, Georgia is the southeast motocross mecca of the world now. This particular race was nice for me because it was after Diamond Dons, the Arkansas track in the Ozarks. They were the more vintage grass-like tracks. Even though I loved them, okay? GPF, oh no, strictly modern-day motocross. And then to add an element, total sand. Now, sand creates a horrible situation on a bike that's not prepped right. It creates a horrible situation on a bike that doesn't have a lot of horsepower. Sand is a murderer. So, with that said, we had to prep a little differently for Cairo.
What'd you have to do?
Well, one of the things that I wanted to make sure happened was Steve Litz of Litz Racing.
Okay.
I wanted him to freshen up my suspension. So he made sure all my suspension components were back in order and tip-top shape.
Now, did he do anything differently for the sand?
No, just freshened up. Okay. Again, if it was a modern motocross bike, yes. In vintage days, you pretty much got what you got. Okay. Yeah. So you want it to be the best it can be, but not a lot of tuning opportunities. So we just made sure everything was right with it. But we also, Clunker's wheels, the spokes in his wheels were probably the originals. And they were looking really weak, and we knew the hard pounding of a modern motocross track could shatter a wheel. So we took the time the week before to relace all the wheels with new spokes. His top mechanics were just, made sure they did everything right on my wheels, and we refurbished the bike, and we did everything right. And so we get to GPF, Georgia, and I'm out in practice. Bike's running pretty good. Clunker's feeling good. I think we've got the air intake problems resolved now. Yeah, I think so. And so I'm pretty happy. But the best news was I got to take Butch Sondergraf of Butch's Vintage Cycles, my primary sponsor, with me. So,
that's cool.
So he's there on site, and he's watching everything. And we go out in the first moto, and Timmy Borgfield, my main competitor, he jumps out front, and I take off after him, and a couple of laps in, I land off of a big jump, and I snap a foot peg right off the frame.
Oh, damn.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that could injure you, too.
You can easily break a leg, and you can break a leg while that happens, and you can break a leg after the fact.
Roll a tire every
year. So I'm riding basically one-legged. And, of course, I know I'm not going to win, and I'm just going to try my best to hang on to second place. So, and again, this is a sand track. It's really rough. It's whooped out. It's just a murderous track to ride with both pegs. So I've got one foot hanging off in the air dangling, and I managed, and my competitors behind me were running me down fast. It was looking really bad for me, but I managed. Thank goodness I didn't have to do any clunker riding, like worry about him. He was running good. It just
outside the foot peg.
Outside the foot peg, he was doing his job, and so I made it back to the finish line in second place, and we instantly put an announcement on the intercom that we need a welder or somebody that can weld, or at least a welder. Well, Butch is a welder, and we're at this
right here,
and we're at this wonderful training facility that just happens to have a big, massive shop with a welder in it. So the next thing you know, Butch is down on his hands and knees welding that foot peg back on the frame.
I bet it didn't fall off anymore.
It did not fall off, and we won the second moto hands down and won yet another national.
Man, I tell you what, that foot peg's pretty important. Oh, shit.